Hello guys, before watching my video I suggest you take a look at these other videos by very competent CS2 mappers. I am not a professional and I highly suggest you follow their guidelines when making CS2 maps. Okay, now to the video. Hello guys, today I will show how to make a destructible map in CS2 Hammer Source 2. So for example, you can see the effect of Molotov on this building. Okay, you can see it burned, half of it. And shooting at it also destroys it. Okay, let's see how we can achieve something like this. The way I created this building was I made a metal structure that is indestructible inside of it and a wood structure outside. I made it like this only because I wanted it to be a little bit more realistic, so you cannot destroy the whole building with a Molotov or a grenade or a submachine gun, but you can make it so you can destroy everything. Let's start with the block tool and let's make building similar to something like this. So metal structure inside, wood structure outside, or you can do whatever you want, you know. So I decide that this is gonna be the structure underneath, so I color it with a metal color because I want it to be metal. Okay, and now I build the wood part. And I color it like wood. So when you build everything, this is by default indestructible. Everything is indestructible because it's calculated as part of the map. When you decide, like for example, I want this to be destructible, you click on the object. In the object properties there is tie selected meshes to entity, and you do func breakable. When there is the func breakable put on the model, now it looks exactly the same, but for example in the settings there is a strength and material type. Since it's wood and wood is one of the default materials, you can put wood. Strength is how much HP it has, you know. So for example, I wanted to have I don't know, 65. I think it's fair, so a few bullets should kill it. And now let's I always bake all lights before building. You never know, maybe there is some physics behind it that gets calculated too. And let's see how it behaves in map. Okay, we are inside of the map. As you can see, I applied the proper breakable, func breakable, and it broke. Okay, let's see the next step. The next thing I want to teach you is objects that actually fall when you remove a surface underneath them. So they are more dynamic and they feel like the building is actually collapsing on itself. Okay, let's see how to do this in Hammer. Okay, so if you want an object that actually falls down when there is no surface underneath, or when you shoot it, when you touch it, you need to go here, prop physics override, you have to write it manually, and then you click, and then here in the settings you need to decide the model. For example, cardboard box. One thing I want to say is a lot of models cannot be used as a prop physics. For example, a table, these cannot be used because they do not have a baked mesh, like physics mesh inside of it. So very few models in the Hammer editor can be used. For example, this, no. So I know it's very limiting, but well, let's see what we can do with what we have, you know. Okay, so after you created it, you can go here, for example, and set health. For example, let's do 45, and this you can move it freely, no problem. Okay, let's see how this behaves in game. Okay, when we are actually in game, you can see that if I destroy this, it doesn't fall. Why? Because it needs an input from either a bullet or touching it from an external object. How we can fix this? Let's see. Okay, so to explain it very quickly, every time the model is, you know, standing still, the physics engine blocks it, makes it go asleep. So what we want to do is literally always wake up the model constantly. So we want to do we want to add an entity tool, an entity called logic timer. Oops, logic timer. Okay, I already have it in this case. And the logic timer basically, you should have nothing here because I already, you know, connected stuff, but the logic timer basically every 0.1 seconds, in this case there is no delay, you can on timer you target the specific entity, let's call it box 2, and via this input. Okay, so every 0.1 seconds, what does it do? It wakes up the object. So wake, let's see, it got saved. Yes, so every 0.1 seconds the game is gonna tell, hey, object, check if you're supposed to be standing still or moving. So this makes the model constantly fall. So instead of freezing every time for you know, performance enhancing reasons. Okay, so now in the map, when I destroy, it's gonna fall because every 0.1 seconds the timer said, hey, are you supposed to be floating? You know, where are you supposed to be? And it starts falling down. So now if I destroy, all these stuff are tied to the timer and they can get stuck. They can build geometries on their own, you know, like this. I can actually go on top of them. Okay, thanks for watching my tutorial. I hope your map building goes well, and good luck.